Will Loki return for a third season? Here's what we know so far. Over the course of 2 seasons, the Loki TV series gradually turned Tom Hiddleston's titular god of mischief into something considerably more powerful than ever before. Loki began as a theatrical villain in 2011's Thor, but has since evolved into one of the most essential characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Season 2 of Loki begins immediately after the conclusion of Season 1, with Loki attempting to preserve the multiverse from He Who Remains. Kang as the Time Variance Authority devolves into anarchy and the MCU's sacred timeline begins to crumble. Loki gains new talents as a result of his time-traveling exploits that allow him to personally keep the timelines together after multiple attempts to stabilize the fabric of reality. In the finale, Loki has basically assumed He Who Remains' position at the end of time by doing so. This could imply that he will be out of the picture for some time. After all, maintaining the timetables is a full-time job. Loki primary writer Eric Martin told Cinema Blend that there are currently no plans for a third season of Loki. Martin also stated that he and the other writers of the show wrote Loki with only 2 seasons in mind. We approached it as if it were 2 halves of a book. The first half of Season 1. We closed the book on Loki and the TVA in Season 2, he stated. I'm not sure where it goes beyond that. I really wanted to present a whole story over the course of 2 seasons. That is not to imply that the story cannot be continued. Loki executive producer Kevin Wright told Deadline in October that there had been discussions on where the show should go next. We take it season by season, and there are certainly things that Tom and I and other casts have talked about of where we see this going. And I know there's some excitement for that internally, he went on to say. But just from a storytelling standpoint, I think we always conceived of Seasons 1 and 2 as a whole, he said. That these are 2 chapters of the same book, and that Season 2 is finishing that book, and there are other stories to be told there, but I think they would be new books, if that's not too coy. On The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon on Friday, the actor called it as the pinnacle of his time in the MCU. It's the end of Season 2. It also marks the end of Seasons 1 and 2. It also marks the end of 6 films, 12 episodes, and 14 years of my life. I was 29 when I was cast, and I'm now 42. It's been a long road, he remarked. However, it's crucial to note that the MCU is heading toward further multiverse adventures in 2026's Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, and 2027's Avengers, Secret Wars. With Loki now in possession of multiple timelines, he might easily play a pivotal part in future films.